Wonderful. So here are the list of steps that we're going to go over today. From start to finish, we're going to go over the admissions application, student, how to log into your student center, just a quick like setting up your student account, proficiencies and prerequisites and how to meet those, financial aid information, including scholarships, orientation and advisements, and of course, registration and payment and what would be after that. All of these lovely steps can also be found on the Adult Learner Google site, as well as documents with more in-depth information on each one of these steps and how to do all these things. And you will also get that provided to you as well if you're attending this event live at any point in time. Step one is to complete the CLC application. So if you haven't yet, you would go to the main page of our website, clcillinois.edu, and click on where it says apply and enroll. And then you'll see this big button right here that'll say apply online now. Once you click on that, it will take you to this student admissions form where you will sign in using an email address. It can be a personal email address to get started on the application. The application itself takes about 10 minutes to complete. And within 24 to 48 hours after you complete the application, you should receive information, a username and a temporary password so that you'll be able to log into your student account. Once you receive your login information, you can go to the main page of our website. Again, at the bottom of the page, you'll see this green button that says My CLC Login. If you're using a tablet device or a phone, it might look at that button might be in a different place. It might say something similar. It might say My CLC portal or something like that, but it'll be something similar. It'll be fairly easy to find. When you click on that, it's going to take you to, it's going to prompt you for your username and password. And once you've put that information in, you'll get sent to your student portal page, which is this page right here. This is mine, as you can see. This is my student one. So you'll have this wonderful information about what's going on at CLC, FAQ questions, and calendar information. You'll have important links like your Canvas. That's where you're going to be going to get all your information for your classes from your instructor. You'll also see here where it says change password. That's the one thing you want to make sure that you do. Those temporary logins are only good for 14 days. If you got your password reset by a college and career navigator or somebody else, then that password is only going to be good for 7 days. So real important that you could do the change password, and you can also register to do a self-service password reset in case you forget it. Also important on this page, you'll see is going to be a little farther down. It'll say Student Center. That's where you go to enroll in classes. We'll revisit that later here. And your student email, once you have access to that, you should check that regularly for information and updates. As your college and career navigators and your other college and career navigators, we will work with you through your personal email if that's what works best for you. But all of the communication from CLC, whether it be instructors or financial aid or anything like that, will contact you via your CLC student email. So make sure you know where to find that and you know where it is. As you see, I moved it up into my quick launch, which you can drag and drop those at any point in time to make sure that I have good access to that. Next step is about proficiencies and prerequisites and how to meet those. So we have two basic proficiencies at CLC, one being college reading and writing readiness, and the other one being basic algebra readiness. Those two prerequisites can be met in a numerous of different ways. So typically what we ask you to do right off the bat is to send in transcript information and test score information. Information that you can use to try to meet those proficiencies are your high school transcripts. In most cases, you can just send unofficial copies. If you are interested in a program that is like a medical career program, like nursing or something like that, you'll need to send official transcripts that have a graduation date. But for most other programs, unofficial transcripts are fine. You can also submit AP scores to help to receive college credit, and those can be found at College Board. There's a link here, but you won't be able to click it. So the link for that is also on the steps information that you can get from the Adult Learner Google site. AP scores do need to be sent officially if you're going to receive credit from those scores. You can also submit SAT or ACT scores if you have completed either one of those exams. For both of those sets of scores, you do not need official copies. There's no time that we need official copies of either one of those. So you can send unofficial copies, and those can be screenshots even, that would be fine. Or you can have, if you have a physical copy, you can send that or a picture of that. The important thing to remember with SAT or ACT scores is that on the copy that you send, even if it's a screenshot, we need to be able to see your first and last name, the test date, and all scores. So for SAT scores, there's 2 separate scores. They need to be able to see that. For ACT scores, they need to be able to see all 5 of your scores, plus, of course, your name and the test date. If you have previous college credit, you can send college transcripts. Unofficial transcripts can meet the college reading and writing readiness and the basic algebra readiness proficiencies. If you have a previous degree, just a copy of that diploma will also get you those 2 things. If you're using your official transcripts and you want from another institution and you want to receive credit for those classes on there, then you do need to send official college transcripts. And then complete a form called a transfer credit evaluation form. Both of those evaluations can take several weeks. I think it lists 4 to 6. Sometimes it's less than that, but do be aware that those do take some time. So if you are transferring credit, you want to get on that right away. If you are only going to be using your information from your previous transcripts as a prerequisite for a class at CLC, which you totally can do. Then unofficial transcripts are fine. Again, they need to have the name of your school on them and your first and last name. And with that, if you're going to be using classes from those to meet prerequisites, you also will need to fill out a prerequisite verification form. And then a credential analyst will look at your information and let you know, usually within a couple of days, yes, this meets the prerequisite, you can enroll into that class, or no, you can't. Here's other ways you can meet that prerequisite. If you have questions about that prerequisite verification or on that process, feel free to reach out to your college and career navigator, or they may refer you over to your academic advisor for more information on that. If you do not meet our basic proficiencies in any of the ways that we previously talked about, we do have placement testing here at CLC, and it is free of charge. And as of right now, and for the foreseeable future as of now, those exams can be done from home. No need to come on campus. So for the math placement test, we use the ALEX exam. It is actually located in your student portal. So when you looked at that portal page, it's near the bottom. It used to be near the top, and it used to say ALEX CLC math placement, and now says CLC, and now says math placement, and then in parentheses, I think it says like ALEX or something like that. So it's near the bottom of your list on your Launchpad there, but you click on that link, it takes you through a quick survey and a tutorial on how to use the program. And then you'll be able to take an unproctored assessment. We do use the unproctored assessment as your assessment for placement, so you're welcome to do that. You do have the option to take the test up to 3 times. Between each time, you would have to complete study modules, 2 to 3 hours of that. If you do need to take placement testing for the math, your college and career navigator will go over that information more in depth with you and can send you instructions as well if you need them. For the English placement, if you need to take that, it's not really a test. It's a self-directed, it's a directed self-placement. So it's an assessment. So for that one, your college, it's located on our website. You can get to it from there, but your college and career navigator will send you a link to it. There's a video that you'll watch from the English department on the 3 options for the different classes that you would place into. Then you'll fill out some personal information, and then you will be asked, I think it's 7 questions to start with. There are things like, how often do you read and write? When was the last time you wrote a paper for anything? Stuff like that. So make sure that you answer honestly. Once you've completed that part, based on how you answered that, it will give you a suggested placement. There is a second portion of the test. When you select the last option on that test, which in this case will be English 121, it'll open up a second portion to that assessment where you'll read a short passage, it's about a page long, and then do some short essay questions in response to it and a little longer reading sample. Once you've completed that part, then you will be able to submit the assessment at that point, and it will go off to somebody in the English department to assess it, and you should know within 3 days if you meet that college reading and writing readiness based on your assessment. For that assessment, also, if you choose one of the other two options that's on there, that assessment will end there. So you do not have to take the second part of the assessment if you don't want to. If that seems a little confusing, don't worry. Your College and Career Navigator can go over that information more if you do need it. You are also welcome to come in and take those placement tests at the testing centers at any of the 3 locations. It is on a walk-in basis, and you will need a photo ID to do so. That being said, just be aware that it's the exact same test you would take at home. So when you go in, they'll sign you in and they will sit you in front of a computer and have you do it there. So if you don't have access to a reliable internet or don't have a computer that you can use, then that might be a better option to come onto campus for. Otherwise, feel free to do it at home at your leisure. I should let you all know also the ALEKS placement test is timed, so you have a 2-hour time limit once you start an assessment. The English placement assessment is not timed, so you can go back and forth to it on your own. Financial aid. If you are interested in utilizing financial aid and you haven't yet, you can complete your free application at studentaid.gov, and that is the FAFSA that you fill out. If you are for some reason not eligible to complete your FAFSA, for instance, if you are a DACA recipient or you cannot answer the selective service question, then do not fill out the FAFSA and you can fill out the alternative application instead. That is located on the ISAC website. There are links to that information both on the CLC website, and we also have them here on our Adult Learner Google site for easy access too. If you have questions about that, we can definitely get you more information on that. So completing your FAFSA what you're looking for there is to see if you are eligible for federal or state aid. The alternative application, just so you know, is only for state aid under the MAP grant. The federal aid would be for FAFSA students, and that will be for the Pell Grant, which could potentially help pay for part or all of your schooling. If you're not eligible for any grants, you could still qualify for work-study programs. If you have questions about those, we can get you to the appropriate person for more information on that. CLC also offers many scholarships. So we do have a foundation that offers many scholarships. On our website, on the CLC website, it is one application for the scholarship. You fill out the application and it will pick scholarships that you may be eligible for. And then you can say, yes, I want to submit my application to these, and it will send it to all of them. You can pick them one by one and fill it out if you would like. There's a lot. It takes some time, so I wouldn't recommend that necessarily, but feel free. There's also a link on the CLC website to other scholarship opportunities outside of CLC. For instance, College Board, which handles SAT scores and AP scores, also offers scholarships, and there's some other ones there too. Again, if you have any questions, if you have any very specific questions about financial aid, there is a presentation, a recorded presentation on the Adult Learner Google site that you can check out, or you can feel free to contact our financial aid department or the Welcome and One Stop at CLC. After all of that wonderful things, hopefully you've all completed the pre-orientation module. But if you have not, you can get the link for that from your College and Career Navigator. It's also available on the CLC website. It's going to be under Starting Out at CLC, or you can type in New Student Orientation and it'll give you a link to that module. It takes about, the website says it takes about 10 or 15 minutes. It takes about a half an hour to complete that click-through module. It might take you longer depending on how fast you read. I've done it myself, just so you know. But it does give you a lot of really important information about CLC, as well as some of this getting started stuff that we went through today. So please make sure that you do complete that. You will need your CLC student ID number to do that so that we can see that you did complete it. Once you've completed all the previous stuff for the enrollment process and the module, then you should contact your College and Career Navigator. If that's me, that's great. If it's not, please make sure that you get in contact with them. If you need help getting in contact with them, make sure you call. Feel free to give us a call at our main number, which is 847-543-2090, and we'll get you in touch with your college and career navigator. Once you've completed everything in your college and career navigator, make sure all your information is updated and sees that you have completed everything. They will either advise you for classes, depending on whose yours is, or they will refer you to an academic success advisor in the advising center to get your classes picked out. After you get your classes picked out and the next step is, of course, to enroll into them. Your advisor or college and career navigator will probably provide you step-by-step instructions on how to do that. And if you still need assistance with registering from that, we do have registration rooms available virtual right now. We may in the future also have in-person ones, but there will definitely be virtual ones available. After you enroll into your classes, you want to make sure that you set up payment for them. If you're utilizing financial aid of any kind, whether it be through the FAFSA for one of the grants, veterans benefits or veteran or military benefits or scholarships, you do need to set up a deferred payment plan to keep from getting dropped from your classes. That payment plan will just hold your spot in all your classes while your other things go through. It is free of charge. You don't have to worry about that. If you are not utilizing financial aid or you're not eligible for financial aid for some reason, then there are other payment plan options available, and you can certainly pay out of pocket as well. What's next after all of that great stuff? So sometime after you complete your enrollment, you will get an email to your CLC student email. So make sure that you're checking it. And you'll get an email to attend a new student convocation. As of right now, all new student convocations are online. They're virtual. In the future, they may actually be in person, but they're all online. So the convocation is like our new student orientation. You're going to find inspiration and support. You're going to hear from faculty and students. There's going to be guest speakers and video messages. It's really cool. It's really fun. And then that's in a big group setting. And then you'll break off for part of it. You'll be in that big group setting, and then you'll get into a smaller group based on the program of study that you're interested in, and you'll get to meet your academic success advisor. Your academic success advisor is the person who's going to follow you through your entire time here through CLC to make sure that you are taking the classes that you need to take, making sure that you're doing well in your classes, answering questions for you, and just overall making sure that your success plan does lead you to success. So if you still have questions on anything that we went through as far as the getting started things, feel free to reach out to your college and career navigator. Most of us the easiest way to get a hold of us is probably our email or through our virtual drop-in sessions. Emailing me is always the best for me. So if you have me, feel free to email me. You can also call us. And my Zoom drop-in hours are right there for you, but your college and career navigator may have separate ones. So make sure that you check out the Adult Learner Google site for more information on that and how to get in touch with your college and career navigator. Thank you so much for joining us today. I really appreciate your time. And I know it's hard to get through to getting this started. I know it can be scary. We are here to make it less scary and make it a little more streamlined for you. And so please let us know if you have questions, concerns, anything at all. We're here for you, but we can only help you if you let us know. We'll hope to hear from you soon. You have a great day. Thank you.